We are on the fate of literature in English. Why can't you be on your mark and let's clear the hurdles together? It's on this note I welcome you to Literature Hub 247, the gateway to understanding literature in English. This video is about an African play titled Once Upon an Elephant. Once Upon an Elephant is written by Bosede Ademilua-Afolayan, and this play is in the Waec 2026 to 2030 syllabus. I have a lot of videos on this play on this channel, ranging from the plot summary to the act-by-act analysis, character analysis, themes, and the dramatic techniques. I also have some questions, some Waec-standard questions, Waec-style questions on this channel, so you can request for any of these videos, and I will send a link to you right away. So this particular video is about a Waec-standard question on Once Upon an Elephant. And let me also inform you that I have an ebook that contains 200 Waec-style questions and the model answers. So at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how you can download the ebook. Let's move to the classroom. Now the question here says, discuss the role of Serubawon in the rise and fall of Ajanaku. What does his character reveal about the dangers of greed and betrayal? Discuss the role of Serubawon in the rise and fall of Ajanaku. What does his character reveal about the dangers of greed and betrayal? Now, if you look at the question very well, you will see that two major characters are mentioned in this question. So we need to identify these characters according to the narrative. We identify them. After that, we also need to relate the question to a relevant theme. Ajanaku is the protagonist of the play. He is ambitious and power-hungry. He accepts illegitimate help to ascend the throne. He rules by intimidation, violence, and suppression of dissent. Now you can see that this question is not only, this video is not only teaching you how to answer why questions. It also gives you some hidden information about the text. Ajanaku likens himself to the elephant, symbol of trampling might. He attempts to secure immortality through a ritual of rape and bloodshed. His arrogance and greed paved the way for his downfall. This tells us that Ajanaku is responsible for his downfall. Serubawon is the head of the hunters, which makes him the head of the kingmakers. As the head of the hunter, so he is also the head of the kingmakers. He is also the messy man of the king. He is manipulative and cunning. He engineers Ajanaku's coronation through bribery and conspiracy. He is greedy and selfish, seeks wealth and influence at the expense of tradition and morality. Serubawon is disloyal and treacherous by betraying Oba Akinjobi and the community for personal benefit. You know, the Oba Akinjobi is the former king. He is cowardly and tragic. He is unable to face the consequences of his deeds. At the end, he commits suicide because he couldn't face the consequences of his deeds. So he has to commit suicide. In Bosede Ademilua-Afolayan's Once Upon an Elephant, Serubawon is one of the most strategic characters whose actions determine the course of event. So his actions determine some of the things that happen in that play. So he's an important character. His manipulation, selfishness, and greed not only enthrone Ajanaku, but also contributes to the king's eventual downfall. So he also has a hand in the downfall. He has hands in making Ajanaku and also in his downfall. Through his character, the playwright highlights the dangers of greed, betrayal, and the destructive role of opportunists in sustaining tyranny. The play therefore presents Serubawon as both the architect of Ajanaku's rise and an accomplice in his disgraceful end. Serubawon is instrumental in bringing Ajanaku to power. He conspires with corrupt kingmakers, bribes, and twists rituals, and ensures that the ailing Oba Akinjobi is incapacitated so that Ajanaku can ascend the throne. In this way, he betrays tradition and the people's trust by placing personal ambition and material gain above communal interest. His scheming reflects the critical role of opportunists and sycophants in helping dictators climb to power. Without Serubawon's manipulation, Ajanaku's coronation would not have taken place. Yes. Once Ajanaku becomes king, Serubawon benefits as a close associate and advisor. He encourages Ajanaku's excesses, enabling his greed and tyranny because he profits from them, because of his gain, because of his selfishness. He supports Ajanaku and contributes to his excesses. His voice is not one of wisdom or moderation, but of flattery and opportunism. A sycophant. This shows how betrayal operates not only against traditions, but also against the people, as Serubawon places his loyalty to personal gain above his responsibility to truth and justice. The theme of tyranny is thus linked to corruption. Tyrants often survive because greedy allies sustain them. A tyrant can only be successful when there are people supporting him. Ironically, Serubawon's greed later backfires. When Ajanaku seeks immortality through the gruesome Ijedudu ritual, it is Serubawon's own daughter, Desola, who is chosen as the victim. His earlier betrayal of tradition returns to haunt him. At this stage, Serubawon becomes desperate and his complicity is exposed to the community. Unable to bear the shame of his involvement in the conspiracy and the prospect of losing his daughter, he ends his life. His disgrace also weakens Ajanaku, leading to the collapse of the tyrant's regime. In this way, Serubawon is as responsible for Ajanaku's fall as he was for his rise. The central theme illustrated through Serubawon is greed and betrayal. His greed for wealth, position, and influence pushes him to betray the sacred customs of his people. The rightful king, Akinjobi, and eventually his own family. His story shows that betrayal destroys not only communities, but also betrayers themselves, that is, they destroy themselves. The playwright warns that those who enable tyranny for selfish gain often becomes its victims. Thus, Serubawon becomes a moral lesson on the dangers of selfish ambition and disloyalty. In conclusion, Serubawon plays a double role in Once Upon an Elephant. He is the schemer who elevates Ajanaku to the throne, and the accomplice whose exposure leads to Ajanaku's fall. His character warns against opportunism, betrayal of tradition, and selfish greed. Through Serubawon, Ademilua-Afolayan demonstrates that tyrants cannot exist without collaborators, and that betrayal eventually brings destruction, not only upon leaders, but also upon their enablers. Please let's bear in mind that this drama is a satirical drama about the Scythite leaders, especially in African countries. So that is the answer to the question. The question that says, discuss the role of Serubawon and the rise and fall of Ajanaku. We have done that. What does his character reveal about the dangers of greed and betrayal? We have done that also. Now the ebook, Exam Ready. My Exam Ready that contains 200 Waec-style questions and the model answers. And this book is based on the 2026 to 2030 WAEC Literature Syllabus. WAEC guidelines are strictly followed while answering the questions. So, as I said earlier, the book will not only teach you how to answer WAEC questions, it will also give you hidden information about the poems and the text. So, it contains questions from the poems, the prose, the drama, 200 questions. So, I will leave the link in the description of this video, so you can check the link and download it there. Also, if you are new on this platform, please try and click on the subscribe button and the bell icon, so that you'll be part of this class. Whenever any video is produced, you are going to be notified. Like this video. You are free to share any of my videos on any social media platform. Invite your friends and colleagues to join us. If you have any question, send your question or comment through the comment section and it will be attended to. You can also request for any video on any of the texts or poems in the WAEC 2026 to 2030 syllabus, and I will send the link to you. Thank you and God bless. Let's meet in the next class.